I'm going to talk about bike armor because I see people when they're in riots wearing this. I think it is a useful tool to protect yourself. Of course, it is not the strongest stuff that you can get, and it's definitely not the weakest stuff, like wearing jeans and just normal clothing. This has padding and a decent bit of hard armor. The cool thing that I like about this bike armor is that it's changeable. You don't have to just keep it like this. You can add armor here, here, chest, sides, back. But you need to get innovative and make it better, I would like to say. Because if you just keep the way it is, you can really mess yourself up here. You can really get yourself in a messy situation. Like I said, you want to innovate. You want to make it better. You want to figure out what can make it better. Like removing straps so people can't grab it, can't rip it off, can't try to pull at you. And placing armor for better resistance. And what you can carry. But the cool thing I like about this is it's light. So if you keep it the way it is, you can pack around that big shield, that good stuff. But once you start adding armor to it, you can become independent from your shield and your heavier weapons, and you could just run with that, your armor on, and all that. And also talking about your weapon, don't be pitiful, okay? A stick is okay, but get better. A day on the handle. I know a lot of people don't have welders, but you don't need one. To be honest, you could do this on concrete. So what you do, take a piece of metal, you wrap it around this by bending it on the ground around a stick. And you got a weight on it and a stick. You can make it without power tools if you want to. Without power tools. Let's see if I have one. This, for example. No power tools at all. You know what this is? This is a handheld knife almost. Its edge is really sharp and it's molded steel, and it's not a bad weapon at all. In many respects, it's better than a knife. I could really put a lot of energy into it. And it took me no power tools to make this. All you need, stick, a saw, a rivet gun, a piece of metal. You can cut it out with a hacksaw, which is I didn't do it with a hacksaw, but I bet you I can do it with a hacksaw. And yeah, I filed down the blade. I made the blade with a file. And yeah, this is not hard. You can do this. And the way I colored it, you could color any way you want. That could take me an afternoon. And you have this weapon to go alongside your armor. Along with that shield over there. That shield could take you a day. And you don't need power tools. You don't need them at all, okay? Look at that. It took me a drill to do that. You don't even need to use a drill if you don't want to. This one. You probably don't even need power tools for this. Well, if you're already cutting wood, you probably already have a power tool. Because if you're cutting plywood, you're probably using a power tool. but you don't have to. Look at this. This is a minimal loadout. This thing's pretty minimal, honestly. A carpenter did not put this together. I put it together. And trust me, I'm not a carpenter. This doesn't take you a lot of time. And the important thing about not taking a lot of time into it is that you can make a lot, test a lot, figure out what works, what does not work, what's efficient, not efficient, and to innovate. You want to innovate, trust me. If I just stuck around with those two over there, I wouldn't be getting anywhere. I want to be able to get that black shield right here, which is my best shield I've made yet. And I could throw this thing around, I could kick it with it, I can do so much with it, because I was able to innovate myself and figure out what worked. And if you just stuck with a tiny flimsy piece of plywood and that, you're probably not going anywhere. But that's the problem. The modern day person is not willing enough to innovate. Or the normal person is not able to innovate. I am different. I am the one who said I can innovate and I can do this. And I changed my way. Look at this. What do you think is under that? What do you think the padding is? Carpet. I used what my materials around me were. That's another big thing. Use the materials you have around you. This is made from a car fender. Okay, this is a car fender. Right here, right here, right here. This is mesh from drywall. This is drywall mesh. I pulled out myself, I cleaned it up, and I used it. Okay? You can innovate, and I know you can, alright? Some people just don't think they can. Listen to me. I used to be just gamer nerd and couldn't really do much, alright? Alright, look at this. This is a glove, alright? Look at that. This is what I was able to do to it. This took me no power tools, okay? A hot glue gun, a pair of scissors, or a knife. You can cut this tin out with a freaking knife, okay? This is all you need, alright? Get innovative. If you're not getting innovative, you're not going anywhere, alright? That's all you need to do. So back to the armor. Just innovate. This whole piece can be changed into something better, stronger, and will keep you protected through a lot of hard work. All you need to do is put effort into it, figure out what works, and what's really important, artists erase a lot of their work. Don't be afraid to take it off, okay? Don't just leave it on there even though it's bad. Change it. See that arm over there? You know what my biggest problem is? I have a gap all the way over there, which is my hip, okay? My hip is the biggest gap right over here, okay? That needs to get up towards my chest, and I need to make something to hang off of this that goes down, alright? Nothing is perfect. Even the biggest artists ever out there, not everything is perfectly detailed and will get perfectly on there. You must erase and retry. Even do constructive lines is what I would call it, okay? You can take a piece of wire, string it down here, figure it out, put it on the armor, see what the wire looks like, take that wire, use it as a template, cut out your material, and use it. This is all it takes to be innovative. Just think with your head, work with your hands, and you can get it down, and you will. Thought with my mind, I put it down with my hands, and I worked hard, and I was able to do that. Then I got to that, and I worked hard. You know how many tries it took me to get this handle right? Probably 3 times. Alright? It took me 4 times for this. All right? I got so many mistakes. See? I did this. This was way too heavy. So I added this in the front, removed the material under it. And I made a mistake right here, okay? This isn't perfect. I added a layer right here and a layer right here, and it came up really far towards me, all right? I removed it. I cut this out to fit. All right. There is a groove right here that is meant for it to fit, and it's cut to a triangle down here, and I put it on, and it works great. All right. You just need to be innovative. Figure out your problem. Something doesn't feel right. Get your hands onto it. Think with your head and change it. Okay? My axes I used to make, the heads I would have to slam on and put on only once. This one, I could easily pop it off and put it back on. All right? See, boom, boom. That is important because I can take it out, I could take it off, and put it back on whenever I want to. That is great. All right? I just want you to be innovative. Think about what you're making, what you're doing. I want you to be able to innovate, figure it out, and change it. And that'll be all. You know how old I am? I'll tell you in the next video. How about that? I'll tell you in the next video. That's insane.